Good afternoon. I'm going to wait a few minutes for folks to join in and get a few things ready over here. Hello, hello. Don't mind me. I am just going to set up a few things here, get some of my paints ready for today. Hope you guys are excited as I am. Hello, hello. Thank you for the waves. Thank you for the hellos. Shelley in New York, hello. And hello, Bruce and Kate. Yes. Katie, wait a minute, that is... Oh, I can't read the name, just passed me by. Very excited about doing this one. Yesterday, or actually if you're just joining in, this is the third session now, third day in a row. And I've been working on these two behind me, which are 48 by 30. Two pieces that are going to be going above my bed. So I am free to do whatever I want here and to experiment and to play and to have fun and to just throw paint on the canvas. So, and I guess I kind of did a lot of that yesterday. So the first day I started off with blank canvases, and what I did was I started off with mark making and then added my cool colors, the blues, the greens, some yellows as well. And then after that, I let that dry for a day, came back in, did some more mark making on top of that, and then did the warm colors. The warm colors, the reds, the yellows, the pinks, the oranges. And I let that dry overnight. So that's what we've got going on right now. And then did some scratching into it. So I know you can't see it from there, but there's definitely texture happening on each one of these pieces as I run my hands across it. I can really feel it. So that's where we're at now. So I want to welcome everybody. Thank you for coming back, for those who are joining me again, and welcome to those who are just joining me today. So I've hopefully you guys have something delicious to drink. I've got my white Merlot again. And I was kind of frantically rushing home. My husband and I had some errands to run in town. And so we went and we grabbed some lunch, which we don't often go out for lunch. We're more of a stay at home, grab something to eat at home kind of people. And so that was fun. We sat down by the river and had a sandwich. Gorgeous day, 69 degrees. I prefer it to be up in the 70s, 80s, or 90s, but it wasn't too bad. And then we had to go over to the next town, which is 20 minutes away, so that I could pick up some boxes to ship 36 by 36 to Canada. Still haven't figured out my shipping for that, but I'm working on it. And had to mail out some art. So art went out to Kate in Illinois, Jill in Florida, and then also Kirsty in Finland. So got those thrown in the mail today. Not thrown, gently placed. And then stopped by Confluence Gallery, which is in Twist, to pick up one of my pieces of art that did not sell. So I got that back, and I walked through the door, and I don't know if Sarah is on here, and hopefully I remembered her name correctly, but Sarah knew who I was as soon as I walked in the door because she has been following me on Instagram. She is running the Confluence Gallery now. They just currently switched management. So that was very fun. And I might be doing a little mini solo show next year. So we're going to talk about doing that and doing my small pieces. So anyway, my paper on art. My art on paper. Okay, so that's where we're at. So yesterday where I left off was I was talking about doing another layer here, kind of going to the finish line, but I don't know that I'm really going to get there today because I think there's more to do. And I think today I'm gonna get a lot done. And the last thought that I left you guys with yesterday was to, when you're doing something for yourself that isn't your typical stuff, even if it isn't, instead of copying somebody else, it's great to get on Pinterest like I do and just scroll through a whole bunch of saved ones that I've loved in the past, and also to just look at new stuff and see what inspires me, see what I'd like to do. So that's what I did this morning. I didn't get a chance last night, but I did that this morning really quick, didn't have a whole lot of time. So, and yesterday I mentioned an artist and I couldn't remember his name, and I wrote it down this time. Lars Christian, I know that's backwards, but his name is Lars Christian Hansen, and you can actually find him on Instagram. Lars is L-A-R-S, Christian, K-R-I-S-T-I-A-N, Hansen, H-A-N-S-E-N. I love his work. It's very raw to me, and I just love it. So I looked at some of his stuff. And then another one that I really love on Instagram is David Mankin, M-A-N-K-I-N. He is in the UK, if I remember correctly, and I love his work. He does a lot in blues that are just gorgeous. So check them out. And then there's one other person that I really like a lot, and that is that I follow on Instagram, and that is Louis Noble. Again, he does landscapes, but they're abstract landscapes, and I love, again, very raw, and I don't know how else to explain it, but it lights me up. I love it. So Louis Noble, check him out on Instagram as well. Shelley already knows Louis, and somebody else mentioned David, that they love David, and I love David's work as well. So those are some folks that are very inspirational. I have a lot of others, too many to list right here. So anyway, okay, so I have in my mind kind of an idea of where I want to go, but I really don't. So I'm just going to play today. Probably not going to do as much talking, other than I want to say a few things. Some folks have sent me messages, and I didn't get a chance to respond to all of them because a few of them I need to do a long response. So I hope to get to that by this evening. The person that you missed, Hansen, that was Lars, L-A-R-S, Christian, K-R-I-S-T-I-A-N, Hansen, H-A-N-S-E-N. Check them out. Oh, thank you, Shelley. Appreciate that. I love it when you guys help out. I don't even have to repeat myself. Okay, so I'm gonna go with, because I started off with the cool colors, then I put on the warm colors yesterday. So now I'm gonna kind of switch back to cool. My bedroom, the only thing, it's pretty, we have kind of a modern home. Grays, we have gray concrete floors. So the concrete you see over here, oh, never mind, that's covered. We have gray concrete floors throughout. Walls are neutral, and they're actually a white, which is very rare for me, but I like it. Going with the modern theme. And then the carpet in there is kind of this quinacridone red and raw sienna, kind of a combination in my carpet. So I'm going to kind of introduce these colors in some way just to pull that in a little bit. I don't normally do that. I have art at home that doesn't match anything, but since I'm doing this myself, I get to, throw this in a little bit. Okay, so those are the two colors that I want to introduce at some point. And then I've got, remember I talked about the stainless steel metallic opaque. I'm going to try that today. And then I've got some of these new little ones, quinacridone violet and medium violet purple. So sure, why not? Let's just kind of play with a whole bunch of colors and see where it goes. So I'm going to put down, this one is yellow ochre, which I love this color. I put down way too much paint sometimes. All right, and Indian yellow, I'm going to put a little bit of that too. Why not? And then, I want to do a little bit of this purple stuff today. because I'm probably just going to throw down another coat of paint anyway, another layer. So let's see what I get there. And then I do want the blue, and I'm not sure which one, so I'm going to do a little of both of these here, which is phthalo blue and ultramarine blue. So I'm going to do those two. All right, and then I like this brush. I really should change up my brushes. Should I try my new brush? Dip it in water? I don't know. Where's my white? Hang on, it's on my table. I was working over here yesterday. So that's gesso that I'm using. But before I start, I want to start with some mark making again. So hang on. All right, I want to start with mark making. Oh, toothpick. I like using toothpicks when I'm working on paper for my scratching into the surface. I'm going to have to come back for questions, so, but if anybody knows answers, please write them in. That way you can save me some time. Okay, a little bit of mark making. Oh, I didn't use these yesterday. These are the Neo Color 2 water soluble. So water soluble meaning that they will disappear once I put something down on it, but that's okay. Some of it ends up staying. That color didn't give much contrast at all. Okay, I want to do my white. So this is my Sharpie China marker white. You can look that up on the internet. Okay, that's good enough for now. Set that box aside, grab a sip. Okay, that went down too fast, too hard. All right, so what do I have in mind? I'm trying to remember some of the things that I saw that I liked. A lot of it is covering up a lot of spaces. I don't know that I really like that. This brush is too small. We need to go larger. Let's go larger. I've got some paint brushes, like painting walls paint brushes or trim, so let's try that. I'm going to dip it in water. All right. Oh, I think I just made some mud here. Let's see what I got. Oh, this is interesting color. Kind of that yellow that I was going for. All right. I'm cleaning it off because I want to switch over to some blues. I don't know where I'm going, so I'm just switching. I'm going to switch back and forth today. A lot of water on my brush. Just let some of that drip down. Oh, I like that blue. That's a David Mankin blue right there. He likes to use those blues. Love that. Now I just mixed two colors together to get that, so I have no idea how I would get it back again. And which two did I mix? I think it was the phthalo blue And then I added a little bit of the yellow ochre to it. I like that a lot. See, that's not quite there. Maybe add a little bit more. That's too greenish. So now I'm covering up a lot today. So people are wondering, where's my, there it is, my sprayer. People are probably wondering, why am I covering everything I already did? And it's part of the process. It's part of the process for me. I know it's under there. It's not going to show. You can barely see my first layer down there. But for me, it's just simply part of what I do and the steps that I take to get to the end result. So since it's going in my bedroom, I did want to lean towards something, whoops, I'm splashing paint everywhere. I want to lean towards something a little bit on the soothing side. Way too much water on here. And so I'm going to end up covering up a lot of it and not as much is going to be coming through. So what am I going to name the painting? I don't know. I don't know that I will name it. The large ones I did in our dining room, family room, great room, whatever you want to call it, I didn't name those. All right, here's some purple. Yuck. Kind of messed that up. Let's redip here. Try that again. That's better. Try this lighter purple. Throw some white in with it. I think that's what I got there. I do circles. I do a lot of circles. I talked about yesterday that I love flowers. That's probably why I do a lot of circles. Reminds me of flowers. That's just mud there. Let's add some white to it. All right. I like neutral colors too, and I especially like neutral colors when they get thrown into right next to bright colors. I think it really allows those colors to pop a lot more. Got some blue here. Teal. Teal next to purple, we know that's yummy. I think I'm gonna scratch it a little bit. And then sometimes I just kind of wipe away some of it if it shows too much. Oh, I've got a bucket over here. All right, I'm going to use this to just add some white paint so I can carry it with me. need like a studio assistant to read me the questions while I'm doing this. Any volunteers to come out here and do that for me? Would be greatly appreciated. Okay, so got brush strokes here. I'm going to smooth those out a bit. So the other thing I like to do when I've got, when I don't want a whole lot of brush strokes to show, is I save these and I just come in and I like to just kind of pick up some of that and I'll just move it around. That color is really wet. Let's see what else I can pick up over here. You can see how I picked up the lines from the drips and the yellow up here. And this is just adding another layer of interest and color here and there. All right, let that dry a little bit. So I'm leaving a little pink showing through there. We'll see if that makes it to the final round. Got a lot of purple going on. So do I want to, I think I want a little bit of green, but I kind of want my own green color. So I'm going to dip into the green and some yellow. Let's try this color. Let's see. That's all right. I don't know, that's not quite what I was looking for. Oh, here, it needed some white. I think I wanted something a little bit lighter. That's fresh, like springtime right there. This color I don't care for. I'll end up covering that up. Maybe add a little bit now. All right, so how did I make that? Medium green and some Indian yellow and white. That's good. I'll add some over here too. Dripping. Okay. So I'm not really sure where I'm going, but I'm okay with where I'm going so far. I'm just going to play a bit more here. I really like this. Where am I going to put this? I'm taking up all my space. This is yellow ochre. Mixing in with my green. Indian yellow a little bit more. All right, I need to stand back a little bit so I can see what I'm looking at here. Okay, I think more, I'm going to go more blue. All right, I'll take a moment to, let me see. White fixes everything. So true, Jim. It covers everything nicely too. I know, it's a pretty cool green, huh, Shelley? All right. Finally caught me live. Elizabeth, you made it. Yay. New Zealand. Geez, what time is it over there? I don't even know. I know my parents are in Croatia and they're already asleep at this time. It's I think around 11:30 at night for them. I'd wash your brushes if you let me watch you in person. Come on down, Shelly. All right. Let's see. Ultramarine blue and cad red, medium, and white. That sounds, I should give that a try. That's going to make a nice purple. All right. All right. Katiana wants to be my studio assistant. Yay. Okay. Do I ever rotate my canvases? That's a good question. I don't. And the reason I don't is because early on, I was told, or I learned from other artists that you should keep rotating it. And then somebody else said, you know what, it's your art, do what you want. And I'm doing what I want. I don't like to rotate it. Very rarely will I rotate my artwork. It kind of messes with my mind when I do that, because in my head, even though there's a bunch of chaos on the canvas or on paper, I can see through that chaos and I kind of know where I'm going. But when I rotate it, that really messes with my head and I don't know where I'm going anymore. So for me, it doesn't work. It doesn't mean it won't work for you. You have to try different approaches and see what works best for you. My palette is far from my painting. And do I prefer it that way? I do, because it makes me walk back and take a step back and look at it from a distance. These are really large, so it's a little bit harder. A lot of times I'll work for a little bit and then I'll step back. But when I'm working a distance from getting my paint, it gives me a chance to walk towards it and have a kind of different view of it. Let's see. Hi, Alexandra. That's my daughter on there again. Stepdad is not an artist, no, but my husband, which is her stepdad, is a painter, and he is an artist in his own way. Let's see. All right. Oh, she was answering a question. Thank you for answering. Okay, I think I answered some of these. Yellow ochre, no, I was using, yes, yellow ochre, I was. And then I also have raw sienna here as well. Let's see. I'm reading backwards now. Mom, you keep freezing up. Oh, I hope that's not true for everybody. Hopefully it's just for my daughter. I know each night we get on video and chat with each other, and it seems like I'm always frozen each evening. So I didn't see any messages saying that I am frozen, so I'm assuming that all is good. Wish the comments didn't cover up the video. I agree, and I don't know if there's a way to condense the comments so that it doesn't cover up the video. All right, I think I got kisses right back to Mexico. Thank you. Shelly likes Nova paints. Awesome. The pigments are nice and they are reasonably priced. I totally agree with you there. Okay, I think I'm good. I'm hoping. There's a lot, and thank you so much for, sorry, I'm not freezing up Arizona. Thank you, Arizona. Okay, so let me do some more work here. Let me kind of think through. I wanted to do some more blues, didn't I? Let me slap down some more blue. And I'm gonna put, I think I'm gonna put some, oh boy. I shouldn't dunk this whole thing into my teal, right? That'd be a bit much of double dipping. So let me take some out. And thanks again for joining in to this session. I really appreciate you guys sitting around, hanging out. Hopefully you guys have something yummy to drink and relax. Or some of you guys I know were also painting when I was doing the work these past couple of days, which I think is really awesome. All right. I'm going through that white pretty fast. Good thing I have another jug of it. All right, I'm going to come in here. I'm not sure about that blue. I'm going to clean this out. Or maybe I'll even switch to something else. Let's see. Maybe I'll go a little bit smaller. I know I'm on a large canvas, but sometimes I don't like working with really big brushes on a large canvas. Just me. I'm going to go back to this yellow ochre with some Indian yellow. And let's throw in some white. Okay. I want to brighten this up a bit. This layer is still kind of wet, it's sticky. And I'm just using a chip brush. These you can buy at the paint store, hardware store. They come in handy. All right, let's see if I can mix another green here. This one's a bit darker green. Let's see. Interesting green. I want to go lighter. Let's see if I can grab some of this. I'm spread out all over the place here. Running out of room on my palette. I want it a little bit lighter. Kind of a mustardy green? I don't know. This is going on really thick. I'm not used to painting this thick. I'll let a little pink show through. I like that pink. A little blue on the sides show through. And let that drip down a bit. Okay, let me think about over here. I think I'll just use this white. I've got green on my brush, so I'm just dipping that into the white. My blue is not dry, so I'm picking up those colors as well, which I like that teal that it's creating there. Green used to be my favorite color growing up. You know, when you're a kid, somebody asks you what's your favorite color. Mine was always green. I don't know why, just always loved green. Now my favorite is teal, but really all the colors I love. But teal is just such a happy color. Pick up some of this blue, it's still wet here. Mix it with my white and my green. See, there's a David Mankin blue right there. I love that blue that he creates. I don't know if he gets it out of a jar or if he mixes it himself, but it's kind of this color over here. And I know I'm far from the camera, but love that color. for him and his landscapes. A lot of it is the ocean as well. So he's got those blues in there. Okay, let's see. I do love that blue. I wonder if I can pull it off over here somehow. Let's see. Not quite the same. Let's grab a little more. Still not quite what I was looking for. That's okay. All right, so there we go. That's more of what I want. How am I going to get more of that? Nope, gone again. Oh well. Easy come, easy go. Okay, I like this. What's going on right here? I want to cover some of that right there. Again, I don't really know where I'm going with this, so I'm going to keep, as I always do, I just keep going until I create something that I love. And right now I'm kind of doing larger areas. I'm putting paint over larger areas, and then later I'm going to come in and I'm going to put paint in, put it on in smaller brush strokes. So for example, like that. So I'll come in and do that later. So right now I'm just kind of more focused, and this kind of goes with my, very similar to my smaller pieces that I do. So I'll come in and do that later. Maybe I'll do some now too. I don't know, I'm kind of liking that, and then if I come in and cover it, that's okay too. So I'm just, you know, thinking through the process and letting each time I put something down, I'm letting it dictate what I should do next. So that's why it's kind of hard to say where I'm going to go with this. Let's get underneath. So, okay, so right now I'm liking what's going on right here. So I want to do more of that over here. I think I need more white. More gesso. And I'm going to come over here, because this blue I don't like very much, but if I add some white to it, then I'm loving this blue color. And that's making me very happy right there. So I really like that. And I've got such a thick layer of paint down, which I'm not used to. So I'm going to try to pick up some of it. Feel that peeled right off. I'm just gonna, that's gonna end up getting covered. You can see my lines from here, but I'm just gonna play around with that. Add some yellow over here that I just picked up from over there. Now it's over here. Pick up some more yellow. Actually, I dropped off blue, so it's getting oversaturated. All right. And then I save these. Can you see I cut these out? See the heart? I cut those out and leave little notes for my husband. So don't throw this stuff out. It looks really cool, especially after it's nice and dry. Okay, so let me come back over here. Don't really like the purple now. It's not really going with what I want. Maybe a darker purple. Let's see, I'm going to cover up this kind of green blue that I didn't like from earlier. I got some of it already covered. Let some pink poke through. And get underneath. I'm just going to do some of these marks. My mark making with the big brush. All right, back over here. Don't really like what's going on yet. So I'm going to add some more color. I've just got a lot of layers going on there. It would be nice now if I flipped it over and did the runs. That would look cool. I think this is dry already. I've got a lot of wet over here. So I'm going to just let that run down. I think it's too late for that. Already dry over there. Thank you guys for all your questions and comments. I'm going to get back to you very soon. Okay, so I want to just do something here, and then I might call it a day. So we're not going to get this done today. I was thinking I wasn't going to quite make it. Let me use up what I have here first. So I'm trying to go lighter. Let's see. Got purple on the side that didn't dry yet, so I got purple mixing in with my colors, which is okay, looks all right. It's not making mud, so I'm okay with that. All right. Okay. I'm trying to figure out what I want here, because I don't really want that purple. So do I go with a darker purple? Or I don't want more blue, maybe green. I could do some green because I do like the greens. But let's see if I want a certain color of green, and I don't know, I've mixed it before. Here's an avocado green. It's a color I've mixed before, but I don't know. I don't write down my formulas. I just wing it. And then later, I can't remember how I did it. Oh, here we go, maybe. Again, way too much paint on the brush. There's a happy green. Looks good with the purple underneath. Let some of that poke through. Cover up these lines a bit. Okay, that's a good green. I'm all right with that green. Bright and sassy. Okay, still a lot on here. Carry it up a little bit higher over here. Actually bring some over here. Should be getting on the stool to see what I got going on up there, but really nobody's going to see it up there since it's going to be up high. Okay, a little bit more here. I'm just holding the brush pretty loose, just so I can get some more organic shapes in there. A lot of texture going on with these thick layers. I'm going to cover more of the purple because I don't like a whole lot of it over here. All right, so that's where I'm kind of at now. I don't like this color here. So let me think about that. See if I mix some color here. What do I get? Add some white. It's kind of a blue-green. Maybe a little bit more blue. I don't know that I like that. The answer is teal. Possibly another color of green. Maybe not. I'm letting bits of the black show through. Bits of red is showing through as well. I'll have to do some close-ups for you guys. Don't really like that color. So I have this yellow-green. I know that yellow-green is going to brighten this up a bit, which is just what I need. Of course, I double dipped, so don't you love that? There's my double dipping. I've got teal in there. I'm going to just mix this in here, see what I get. Golden makes a yellow-green that is a very yummy yellow-green color. I don't have any of my golden colors here. They're all in San Jose. Yeah, I don't know that I like that either. We'll just put a little bit on so I can think about it. Okay. All right, so this is going to be too wet. I want to come in with some warm colors. So the quinacridone red I would like to come in with, and I've got all my other colors on my table over here, my orange, my red, my pink, but this is going to be way too wet for that. But maybe I should try some of the silver. Let's try that. I'll just do it with the smaller brush. It says fine silver, so it says it's opaque, but it doesn't seem all that opaque. It seems a bit transparent. Maybe I can make some marks with it. I can't really see the metallic in it. It says it's metallic, but it's, I guess so, you know, when I stand hitting the light, I can see the metallic if I stand the other way. Oh, what if I added some white to it? What do I get? Of course, I picked up some purple with that too. I'm just trying to scrape up whatever I've got on my palette here. Oh, it's just a lighter kind of almost a baby blue because I picked up some blue with the metallic. I'll just go over these. Turn them a different color. Sure, why not? Let's see what else I got over here. It's kind of a pretty blue, kind of a slate blue maybe. And now it's mixing in with my wet blue over here. Make some additional marks here. Okay, I probably should stop for today. I was thinking about last night when I was, well, that's all the way to the edge. So I was working on a piece yesterday after I got done with the live video, and I was thinking about, at the end I was talking about what inspires me, and it's fields of flowers, nature, meadows, groves of trees, stuff like that. And I was working on this piece I'm going to show you real quick. This is on canvas board, and I was making these marks. Can you see those right there? They're just lines with a pencil, and I was really thinking about, okay, why do I do that? Because I just do it, and I don't really think about why. And then I realized when I'm looking at nature, I'm not just seeing a flower or a tree, but I'm seeing the lines. I'm seeing the lines of the stems, I'm seeing lines of trees, I'm seeing the fence lines, so the horizontal fence lines I'm seeing as well, you know, so you can see horizontal work, mark making that I do in addition to circles, in addition to lines. So I started thinking more about, you know, why do I make those marks? Because I just kind of intuitively do them, especially since I've been doing them for a while. But I never really thought about why I do that. So anyways, just thought I'd share. So I worked on this one yesterday. This is a 11 by 14. So fun piece. Okay, so, and that one sold this morning before I got to post it. It's going to Tina. She's been buying from me for a while now, so she is definitely a collector. Okay, so I'm gonna scroll back through. Let me see if I can see where I kind of left off. Wish I could have marked it. Okay, I am drinking wine. I am drinking white Merlot. Yes, thank you for remembering, Elizabeth. Okay, let's see. There's water in my spray bottle. This is just like from the dollar store spray bottle. Okay. How do you know when a painting is finished? Oh, that's always a good question. When I absolutely love it, that's when I know it's finished. This one is not finished, and it's not going to be finished today. I'm going to keep going on it. It hurt when I covered up some of those areas. I know, but you can't not cover it up, otherwise it's going to keep you from moving forward. So I know, but I know it's under there, right? Okay, yes, it changed a lot. Let's see. Do you ever spray with alcohol? You know, I've done that before. I used to have a separate one just with alcohol in it, but I don't remember that there was a big difference between the two, so I think I just stuck with water. Okay. Yes, the paper I was using is what the canvas was packed in, but you can use any paper. Like in San Jose, I have 11 by 17 paper, legal size paper that I don't use anywhere, so I use that to lift up paint. Let's see. Yes, you can scratch with the back of your brush as well. I always forget to do that. What do you do in the summer with the paintings? Do you move them inside the house? Well, I do all my paintings inside the house, so I'm painting inside. But when I'm in the garage in San Jose, I leave my paintings in there. Rarely do I bring them into the house, except for the ones that I'm hanging in my house. Do you pay attention to the color wheel? Not really. Do I pay attention? Not very often. I have color wheels, and I guess I've used them in the past just to look at colors, but I've learned which colors I like to use, so I just use those. Let's see, do you ever use a cloth or something to wipe back? Yes, sometimes I'll use paper towels to pick up the excess, in addition to using just paper. Okay, you must be doing laundry too. What? Why do you think that? Oh, because I'm not wearing my husband's shirt. Yes, who said that? Vino Studios. Yes, I did do laundry and I got some of my shirts washed. Thank you for noticing. Let's see. Okay, wish the camera was closer. Okay, how about I give you guys a close-up? I know it's kind of hard to capture both of them. Let's see. Okay, I think that I may have caught up. Maybe. Sorry, hang in there. I'm still kind of looking through. Okay, let's see. Okay, I think now I got to scroll back downwards. Sorry guys, it's hard to, I appreciate you guys with all your comments and questions. Again, I really wish I had somebody here. My husband volunteered to actually be my camera person today, but I wouldn't let him come in. Let's see. But I should have him come in and say the questions. Okay. Scrolling back downward. Let's see. Keep going, keep going. Okay, white Merlot. Yes. Oh, Elizabeth, there is a white Merlot. I forget who makes it. Sutter Home, I think, makes one of them. And let's see. Okay, you guys are cracking me up with these, going back and forth on the white Merlot. Okay. Okay, what size these are? I mentioned it before. They are 48 by 30, each one. Going in my bedroom above a new headboard that we built a few days ago. How do you establish yourself as an artist? I'm a new artist and I'm wondering how to get to the point of consistent selling. So that's a good question that gets into the business side of the business of being an artist. And I would have to say that, you know, there's a number of ways. I started off on Facebook, first of all, and was on there for a couple of years doing my mixed media before I was, I don't know, maybe kind of late in the game and joining on Instagram. I finally did that probably about 1.5 years ago. Yeah, it'll be 2 years this fall that I'll be on Instagram. So being consistent with your postings, getting to know people, building a relationship is important. God, my mind isn't on the business side right now as I'm going from the creative side, but maybe I can do a separate session and talk about some of those things and prepare for it so that I can not search my brain trying to come up with answers. But it takes a number of years to get a good following, and people have to get to know you. They need to know who you are. They need to trust you. And I've got a notice that says I have 24 seconds remaining. So I'm going to have to wrap this up. I don't think that I got a chance to read through everything, so I might have to look through and see, or actually better yet, please send me a message. I've got 10 seconds left. So thank you all for joining me today, and I'm going to be back again 2:30 Pacific time tomorrow. All right? Thank you. Bye.